When I started here in 2008, our emergency care center was really busy, but the patient did not need a higher level of care. And now the population has changed, and the type of illness the patients are getting have also dramatically increased.
So we have more and more sick patients, and the patients who end up in the hospital are sicker. And so the ones that come here need much higher levels of care.
Because of these changes, St. Joseph Hospital is one of the busiest hospitals in Orange County.
We try to help everybody. The mission here is to take care of patients first and then worry about everything else second.
These patients are really sick. Sometimes they're sedated, sometimes they're on ventilators and breathing machines, and we still realize that there's humanity there.
On March 14th, I woke up with a fever and just continued over the next few days. Wouldn't break. On Sunday, started to develop a little bit of a cough, and by Tuesday, was told via virtual visit to go to the emergency department at St. Joseph Orange.
When Darren first walked through the door, being one of our first cases, everyone was optimistic, but also scared. We had never faced anything like this before.
We didn't expect a 44-year-old who was fairly healthy be the person that we were thinking about. We all felt, not just for Darren, but all the patients that we have, we feel for their families. This could be us.
I was admitted and my condition kept getting worse. I had such a hard time breathing that the doctor began to talk to me about putting me on a ventilator.
He was doing worse overall, and that's when he ultimately said to me, "Yeah, I think we should proceed with intubation."
I do recall looking at the doctor and telling him, "Please don't let me die."
I told him that I would treat him as I would my brother, and that I would do everything I could to make sure he got all the care and all the right things that we could do to help him.
And those are the last words that I remember hearing. Those words mean a lot more to me now because it was compassion, it was dignity, it was seeing me as somebody who had a life to live ahead of them.
When we're able to care for a patient like Darren and create an environment and a space for him, fill it with tools that the nurses needs and the physician needs, it is caring for our dear neighbor. With the Progressive Care Unit, we will be even better prepared to serve our community.
The Progressive Care Unit is going to be a 20-bed unit in an area of the hospital that had been reserved shell space.
We will be able to take care of patients that are either coming from the intensive care unit or are being upgraded from either a general medicine floor or the emergency room.
This unit will help us move the patients from our ER quickly and also take care of patients that are post-surgical, cath lab patients, and OR patients. The level of training that the nurses would be educated on is much higher than a regular medical surgical unit.
If we can provide the best care with the best technology, with people being compassionate and caring about patients, that's what healthcare is all about. It's not about cost cutting, it's about helping.
I felt like I received that same level of compassion and care from everybody. Every nurse, every person who came in my room, they still saw me as a person and they could care for me as a person. That's kind of life-changing when you experience that.
Patients that come to us, they come back because of the compassion and the care that we have provided. And with the Progressive Care Unit, we can be able to admit more patients.
With this whole COVID crisis, we've had a lot of support from the community.
So many people have sent cards, little parades of cars and fire trucks and ambulances and police officers that have come down our driveway, to sending lunch to the nursing staff. And when the community reaches out and says thank you, it really boosts our spirits.
Whenever we ask for assistance and partner with our community, there's tremendous response, and we are so grateful.
We need the Progressive Care Unit. We need people to give, and now that we have such great support from the community, that leaves me with little doubt that the community will come and support us in this process.
I got to go home to my wife, and I got to go home to my kids, and I got to go home to my community to continue living the life that I believe I'm supposed to live. And I have this desire in my heart to continue to pay that forward for other people. I'm just so appreciative of that.
The top priority will always be our patients. And when we are able to have new state-of-the-art units like the Progressive Care Unit, along with the heart and caring provided by our staff and everybody else that comes together in this hospital, is when we can really serve the dear neighbor.